Hi Tigers, I'm Olivia.
And I'm Erin. Good news, Tigers. No school on 10/26 and 10/27 due to teacher planning and family partnership days. This is when teachers meet the families and discuss with their students.
Picture retakes are on November 1st, so if you still haven't gotten your school ID, don't miss it.
Remember that the last day to sign up for ID exams is on October 27th.
Attention students who drive to school. You must have a parking pass to park on campus. Students are allowed to park in the west parking lot, which is closest to the football field and 92nd, the street that runs behind the stadium. Parking in these areas requires a parking pass. Whether you have a parking pass or don't, you are not allowed to park in the visitors lot or the swim center or staff parking lot. If you don't have a parking pass and choose to park in the parking lots, your first warning will be a sticker on your car. These are very hard to get off. Your second warning is a $30 boot fee. Tigers, make sure to be smart with where you park your car. Hey Tigers, I'm Olivia Fujiwara.
And I'm Charlotte Hanna.
And we are some of this year's Tigard Today's reporters.
And today we'll be covering your thoughts, feelings, and experiences with bad haircuts.
Hi Tigers, I'm Charlotte and today I'm here with...
Hi, I'm Alicia Mant.
And Alicia runs her own beauty salon in Vancouver, Washington called...
The Beauty Nagua.
And we're just going to ask her a few questions about haircuts, good, bad, just because she knows it all. What should someone do when they get a haircut that they're not pleased with?
Make sure that when you're in a service, from the very beginning, you're willing to tell your stylist what you want, or have at least a general idea. You know, you feel like you're going to hurt our feelings, right?
Mhm.
You're afraid to tell us the truth. But if you come to them and say, I understand your work is what I asked for, but this isn't, perfect. What my favorite saying is my ego doesn't live in your haircuts. I want you to come tell me if you don't like it.
Thank you so much for coming in, Alicia.
Absolutely. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Hi Tigers, I'm here with,
Caleb Jolly.
and we're going to be interviewing him about some bad haircut questions. Caleb, have you ever had a bad haircut?
I've had plenty. Actually, most of mine probably are before they grow in. But the worst was definitely to my brother Kellen, who some of you may know. He's a few years older than me, and in our family, thick hair doesn't really grow in until like you get older, and his was just starting to grow in. But before that, we would always buzz his head. And so we took him to Great Clips, and he was pumped because he's gonna have like this full head of hair, and he's gonna look all good. And they had already had like his past haircuts, and so he walks in and tells them what they want, and they just completely disregard everything, and they just buzz his whole head. And this was prime middle school, when everyone's a jerk, and it's like 7th or 8th grade. And I'm not supposed to say this part, but there were a lot of tears shed for many nights. So yeah.
Oh my gosh. How did that affect him?
It affected Kellen in many ways. If you see my mom around the halls, you can definitely ask her that question. It affected him emotionally, probably. His self-confidence was rocked. Kellen's a pretty confident guy, if you know him. And he, a lot of tears, and it's middle school, so you can't wear a hat, and so you just gotta, however you pull up, and so hopefully you have a good group of friends, and that usually helps.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Now, what are your thoughts on bad haircuts? Like, is there even such a thing as a bad haircut, or is it just how you perceive it?
Absolutely, there's bad haircuts. I've had many. Ask any of my friends, and I think what matters is they have a good friend group, because the worst thing is like when you pull up and one of your best friends is like, oh, they did you dirty.
Yeah.
And so I think you got a good group of friends to get you through those first few days, and then we're all human. It's gonna marinate, and you're gonna look pretty sharp in just a couple days.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, you got it.
Hi, I'm Olivia here with...
Mr. Thompson.
Mr. Thompson is a world history teacher here and also teaches intercambio. Now, Mr. Thompson, what are your thoughts on bad haircuts?
Everybody has their own way they want their hair. And so if I'm judging the way somebody else's hair is cut, that's kind of bad on me. So, but when I have my own bad haircut, pretty bad.
So you have had a bad haircut before. When was this?
All the time.
Oh.
Like I used to have really big hair when I was young, and I tried to make it straight so I could be like the cool kids. It was always terrible. And then, obviously, I don't have much hair to cut anymore, so it's always bad, and it takes somebody that knows what they're doing to sort of make it presentable.
So how did those bad haircuts affect your now future haircuts?
I pay money for haircuts now. No more Crayola crayon scissors.
What advice would you give to someone who doesn't like the haircut they were given?
If you paid for it, you tell the person, can you fix this? They have to fix it. If they don't go to them again. If you gave yourself a haircut, quit doing that. Get somebody that knows what they're doing.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
That's all from us, Tigers. Bye.
Ba-da-na-na-na-na. Dum. Ba-da-na-na-na-na. Dum. Ba-da-na-na-na. Dum.
Hey Tigers!
I'm Lily Winter,
And I'm Sophia Simonetti.
and we are TSPN. So you may be wondering, what is TSPN?
It's Tigard Sports Publication Network.
TSPN has no affiliation with ESPN. TSPN is a completely separate sports network. Please don't sue us. We are teenagers with futures.
We are also the most unqualified people to be speaking about sports. The only sport I'm qualified in is baseball, and Sophia is only qualified in swimming. Thank you. You may also ask, what will we be covering?
We'll be covering a variety of topics and events.
We'll be miking up coaches that many of you don't see very often.
Student section interviews,
We'll be joining practices.
pre- and post-game interviews, and much, much more. We hope that you guys tune in to all TSPN episodes and watch us most likely, probably, definitely embarrass ourselves with our little knowledge in sports.
See you next week, Tigers!